Is Daeron really Ser Criston Cole's hidden son? Have the Targaryens been lying to us for hundreds of years? Now that the second season of House of the Dragon has concluded and we didn't get to see Daeron up close, the theory that this youngest son of Alicent is actually the son of one of the most hated knights in the Seven Kingdoms has resurfaced, heard in every corner of Westeros. We saw how the flame of love arose between these two characters. In this video, we will be talking about the evidence that points to Daeron being Ser Criston Cole's son and how this could change Targaryen history forever. Because if true, anyone in Westeros could claim a dragon. If so, it could forever change who has the right to rule over dragons in Westeros. Want to know more? Then stay tuned to this video. And if you want to hear more stories, theories, and news about the universe of Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Three-Eyed Raven. Before we start with this video, we want to announce a new giveaway where we will be giving away the first book of the saga of a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. The Hedge Knight, one of the books that serves as inspiration for the next series of the Game of Thrones universe, in which we will learn more about Brynden Rivers, who eventually becomes the Three-Eyed Raven. So, if you want to participate, just share in the comments which is your favorite character from the Game of Thrones universe and why. The winner will be announced on September 25th. To understand how Daeron Targaryen, Alicent's hidden son, could really be the son of Ser Criston Cole, we must first understand what is said about this character in the books and in semi-official sources. According to the books, Daeron is described as an intelligent, cultured, and chivalrous young man, very different from his older brothers, Aegon II and Aemond. Daeron is the rider of a dragon named Targaryen, and excelled as a skilled horseman from an early age. When the civil war known as the Dance of the Dragons breaks out among the Targaryens, Daeron finds himself away from the capital, serving as a squire in Old Town, and joins his older brothers on the green side. This means that Daeron lived away from his family, possibly being trained by the maesters, highly intelligent people who have their headquarters in Old Town. In other words, Daeron possibly received a better education than his brothers, since all his teachers were from the Citadel, the place where all the knowledge of Westeros is kept. Now, in House of the Dragon, Daeron's absence is suspicious. During the first season, it was thought that perhaps there were so many events happening at the same time that Daeron was not that important in the story. At the end of the second season, we saw his dragon, which means that Daeron has begun marching with the Hightower troops into battle. I know you are thinking that this is evidence that Ser Criston Cole is not Daeron's father since Daeron has a dragon. The fact that this young prince is Targaryen proves that dragon blood runs in his veins. Or does it? In the second season of House of the Dragon, the idea that only those who carry dragon blood can claim dragons has been challenged. Characters we consider unworthy to have dragons have begun to claim them after blood rituals have taken place. Although we are not familiar in detail with the rituals that the old Valyrians used to establish the link between humans and dragons, it is plausible that someone with the proper knowledge could perform a similar ritual. This would allow a person without dragon blood, as might be the case with Daeron if he is indeed Ser Criston Cole's son, to succeed in claiming a dragon. However, there is a crucial point in all this. It is not essential that Daeron be a pure Targaryen. What is truly important is that there is Targaryen blood in his lineage, as suggested in the second season. If we delve into the history of House Hightower, we see that this is one of the oldest families in Westeros with no connection to Valyria or the dragons. However, when Aegon Targaryen conquered Westeros, the Targaryens began to intermarry with the Hightowers as a gesture of alliance between the two houses. This means that more than 100 years before Daeron's birth, some members of the Hightower family already carried dragon blood in their veins. The Dance of the Dragons takes place 130 years after the conquest of Westeros by Aegon. During that time, the Targaryens spread their lineage across the continent, with unacknowledged descendants scattered throughout the Seven Kingdoms. Thus, it is no surprise that characters like Adam can claim dragons without an obvious explanation. It is possible that Targaryen blood is present in a large part of the population, given the Targaryen influence and dominance in these cities. For his part, Criston Cole comes from a small family who were vassals of the Dondarrion, who in turn were loyal to the Baratheon. Here comes something interesting. During the conquest of Aegon, The bastard brother of Aegon the Conqueror, named Orys, eventually becomes the Lord of Storm's End and adopts that surname. This means that the origin of modern Baratheon is actually symbolic, and House Baratheon also comes from the Targaryen lineage. Being that House Dondarrion and Cole were so close to the Baratheons, it is also likely that one of Cole's ancestors is one of Orys's descendants. When we look at the grand scale, the Targaryen seed is planted everywhere, and all that's lacking is enough courage to claim a dragon. Now, I know many say that perhaps the difference lies in the purity of the Targaryen blood. Perhaps the closer you are to a pure Targaryen, the more right you would have to a dragon. However, this idea has been disproven in the second season, and perhaps it was a lie told by the Targaryens to keep themselves in power. Maybe they just need a small part of that lineage and enough courage, plus the right situations, like a blood ritual. Now understanding why Daeron could claim the dragon, even though he is not Viserys' son, we could realize the reason why they have kept him hidden for 2 seasons. Perhaps Daeron has dark hair. In Season 2, we saw that after Alicent was with Ser Criston Cole, she drank tea to end her pregnancy. Perhaps Alicent did this because in the past she became pregnant by Ser Criston Cole, and the baby was born with black hair, something that caused suspicion in the kingdom and would have led Otto to send the baby to Old Town. Still, the theory that Daeron is Ser Criston Cole's son is quite strong, and this second season has given us more reason to believe it could be true. If in the next season Daeron appears with black hair, it could be a clear sign that his father is not Viserys but Criston. This would change everything we think about the Targaryens and their connection to dragons. It might be that you don't need to be a pure Targaryen to claim a dragon. Perhaps just having some Targaryen blood, however diluted, is enough to maintain the magic that allows for this connection. If this theory is true, it means that the Targaryens have exaggerated the importance of the purity of their bloodline. And in reality, anyone with a trace of their blood could be linked to a dragon. This leads me to think that perhaps this was the reason the dragons disappeared. Perhaps the last Targaryen to survive the dance of the dragons understood that these creatures could fall into the wrong hands and decided to put an end to the Age of Dragons, becoming the Dragonbane that would wipe them out for fear that other families would claim them. But this is a story for another video. Perhaps Daeron is Ser Criston Cole's son, and everything we know about the Targaryen family has been an illusion, a lie woven by maesters and people in power in an attempt to control the future of the world. But tell me, what do you think of all this? Could it be that Daeron is truly the son of Ser Criston Cole? What is that quality that makes a dragon rider able to claim one of these creatures? Could it be a pure lineage? Or is it perhaps the result of ancient rituals? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you like this content, I invite you to become a member of this channel. Each contributor will see their name at the end of all videos. For more videos of theories, news, and stories from the Game of Thrones universe, don't forget to subscribe to this channel.